This green bean recipe is the only green bean recipe you will need. I've been making this since I've been a teenager. All of my friends loved it when I made it back then. All of my family loves it now. It's truly a favorite. If you don't have a favorite green bean recipe, stay tuned. Today I'm going to share with you 2 ways to make this recipe. The first one is going to be in the oven, which happens to be my favorite way to do it. But when I'm short on time through the week, I'm going to show you a quick stovetop way as well. So make sure you stay tuned. We're going to need some green beans, obviously. We're going to need 4 cans. We're going to need some bacon. We're going to need some butter. Back here we have brown sugar, soy sauce, and garlic powder. All right, so we're gonna start over here on the stovetop. We're gonna make the glaze that's gonna go on the green beans. All right, to the saucepan, we're just gonna add 1 stick of butter. Let that start melting. Next, we're gonna add 1 cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down to low and give it a stir so that butter doesn't burn. It's gonna continue to melt down. Next to this, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And by the way, I'm using the reduced sodium soy sauce. That is perfect. And you can also use like a brown sugar substitute such as the Splenda or any one that you choose. It still works really great in this recipe. And lastly, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're gonna continue to stir until all of this is melted down, until that butter is melted down as well as that brown sugar. Next, I have my baking dish over here. This is about a 9 by 13. And then I have my 4 cans of green beans that I drain, and I like to rinse mine a time or 2. So we're just gonna dump our 4 cans of green beans into our dish. Get everything spread out into our pan. Next, I'm just gonna bring over that sauce that we made, and then we're just gonna pour it right over top. Get it all coated. The green beans are pretty much coated at this point, but I like to go ahead and just kind of gently toss mine around just a little bit because we want that really yummy sauce all over our green beans. All right, so lastly, I just have some bacon back here. This is pretty thin, so I'm gonna do about 6 slices, but anywhere between 3 and 6 is good. Just depends on your personal preference. We really like bacon, so we're gonna add a good bit. And I'm just slicing it into about a little less than 1 inch wide little pieces, just little bite-sized pieces. I've seen similar recipes where people just lay the bacon on in strips. Matter of fact, I think that was the original recipe back when I was a teenager, but I just prefer it to have, you know, little bite-sized pieces so you get a little bite in every or you get a little piece in every bite. Next, you're just gonna lay on the bacon pieces all over top of your green beans. This reminds me of my baked bean recipe. Let me know if y'all have tried that. I'll probably share it again closer to summer. All right, let's get this thing loaded up with bacon. And another thing too, y'all, I actually think that the less expensive bacon works better in this recipe. It tends to be a little bit more thin. So when we bake it up in the oven, it's just gonna get that much more crispy. In my older video, I shared of this a few years ago. I used the Wright brand bacon, and it's delicious too. That bacon is just so thick and good. It just takes a little longer to get crispy. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out your bacon for this recipe. If you're watching this video in real time, the week or so before Easter, I'm gonna be sharing some more Easter recipes or recipes for any time, but that would especially be good for your Easter dinner. So y'all let me know if there's anything you'd like to see down below, or let me know if you've already got your Easter menu planned. Let us know what you're having. All right, y'all, got all of our bacon pieces on there. I already have my oven preheated to 350, and this just goes in there for about 30 minutes or until that bacon is as crispy as you want it. After 30 minutes, if it needs a little bit more time, start with 5 more and go from there. While our baked version of green beans is in the oven, here is that easy stovetop version. And we're just gonna start slicing up our bacon the same way we did before. We're gonna saute that until it's almost crispy. or you can use the packaged bacon bits. Works just the same. Alrighty, so I got all my bacon crisp over here. So I'm just using the same pot that I cooked up that bacon. I'm gonna add, that's a little bit more than a tablespoon of butter. I'm not gonna use quite as much butter because like I said, I'm doing this through the week. They don't have to be quite as rich, if you know what I mean. So for our brown sugar, instead of adding a whole cup, I'm just gonna add probably about 3 or 4 tablespoons. We'll do 4. Then for my garlic powder, this is what I do, y'all. Just sprinkle a little bit in. I don't even measure it. Through the week, we're not even making time for that. Then for my soy sauce, we normally use about half a cup. We're probably gonna use about 1/4 of a cup. Right, and same thing, we'll just get that butter and brown sugar melted down. So we're just gonna add 2 cans this time of green beans. Just gonna bring over that bacon, dump that in the pot, and kind of toss them around a little bit. All right, so I added about half a can of water. We're just gonna toss everything around. I'm gonna put these on about medium heat, pop a lid on them, and these will only take about 20 minutes and they're gonna be just as delicious and super easy. All right, I went ahead and turned off my heat. These stovetop green beans are pretty much done. Look how delicious these look. These have so much flavor and these are perfect really for any day. Super easy to throw together and super good. Alrighty, y'all, our green beans are out of the oven. Just look at how delicious these look. These things are packed with so much flavor. They're of course a little bit sweet, buttery, and salty, and a little bit smoky from that bacon on top. These are so delicious. Like I said, this is an oldie but a goodie recipe. If you've tried this, comment down below and let us know. Let everybody in the comments know. And let me know if you think you're gonna give it a try. Perfect for Easter coming up. I hope y'all all doing great, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.